So you're thinking of moving to Queens, New York. In this video, I'm gonna show you 3 homes, one in the $900,000 range, 2 that's $1 million plus, and I'm getting after it right now. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything about living in Queens, New York, then subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market in Queens. My name is Colonel Smith with eXp Realtor. We get calls and emails every day from people just like you, looking for help on making the move to Queens, and we absolutely love it. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. All the information in the description below so you can help make a smooth move to Queens. I'm in Ridgewood, Queens. So Ridgewood, Queens is a neighborhood, you can say that's in the southwestern section of Queens. It has a dense urban feel, and it's on the Queens and Brooklyn border. Ridgewood borders Brooklyn neighborhoods like Bushwick and Williamsburg. There are a lot of bars, restaurants, coffee shops, and parks in Ridgewood. A lot of families and young professionals live in Ridgewood. So Ridgewood has various land uses. Ridgewood is mainly commercial on the major streets, and it's residential in the back streets. Ridgewood is home to the Ridgewood Savings Bank, which is the largest mutual savings bank in New York State. So the headquarters is located at the intersection of Myrtle Avenue and Forest Avenue and was built in 1929. So Ridgewood has quite a bit of historical districts and landmarks. There are 10 nationally recognized historical districts, and there's 4 historical districts recognized by the New York City Landmark Preservation Commission. The 1709 Vander and Arnold House is the oldest surviving stone-built colonial Dutch house in New York City. So getting to Ridgewood, in Ridgewood, you have access to the M and L subway train lines. There's MTA buses like the B13, B26, B52, B54, Q55, Q58, B20, B38, B57, Q39, Q54, Q67. Ridgewood isn't too far from highways like the Jackie Robinson Parkway, Long Island Expressway, and Brooklyn Queens Expressway. Again, Ridgewood borders Brooklyn, and Ridgewood isn't a bad option to live in if you need to be near Brooklyn, or also low-key the city, aka Manhattan. Things to do in Ridgewood. There is where I'm at right now, Grover Cleveland Playground. The park offers tall play equipment, swings, and a spray shower shaped like a waterfall for kids. It also features basketball, handball, and volleyball courts, and a synthetic field that can be used for soccer, baseball, or softball, and green space. Hungry? There's Rudy's Bakery and Cafe, a Ridgewood landmark since 1934. That combines old school charm with modern flair. Signature black forest cake, old-fashioned jelly donuts, classic cheese rings, cappuccinos, homemade croissants, etc. There's also Julia's, an all-day cafe featuring weekend brunch, a full bar, natural wine, and craft beers. There's also Rollo's, an easygoing venue featuring a cocktail bar and a wood-fired grill, offers brunch on the weekend. Some notable people from the area: Reginald Vell Johnson, Carl Winslow, I believe, grew up in Ridgewood, and I believe the actress Rosie Perez attended school in Ridgewood. So follow me again as I show you these 3 homes in different price points, one in the $900,000 range and 2 that's $1 million plus. So as I mentioned before, I'm in Ridgewood. I'm in the vicinity of the first home. So this home isn't in a bad area in my humble opinion. It's not too far from the M train. It's not too far from Metropolitan Avenue, major avenue with access to shopping, public transportation, amenities, etc. It's not too far from Grover Cleveland Playground. Also, you could say this is on the Maspeth-Ridgewood border. This is not too far from the Knockdown Center, one of my favorite music venues. When there's trap karaoke, I could get to go upstage and, do my terrible singing. Feelings so deep in my feelings. No, this ain't really like me. Can't control my anxiety. Feeling I'm touching the ceiling. When I'm with you, I can't breathe. Oh, coming up on the first home. So this is listed for $999,333. 2-family home, 4 beds, 2.5 baths. It was built around 1910. It's about 1,440 square feet, the 2,200 square lot. And then I'll show you some of the homes next to it. So yes, as I mentioned before, Ridgewood is on the Brooklyn Queens border. It borders Brooklyn neighborhoods like Bushwick and Williamsburg. So some of these homes are pretty similar to what you see in like Bushwick or Williamsburg. I think they're aesthetically pleasing, good to look at. What do y'all think? So yeah, showing you some more homes on the block. So as I mentioned before, I'm in Ridgewood, so I'm in the vicinity of the second home. So this area is not too bad in my humble opinion. It's just off Fresh Pond Road, a major road with access to restaurants, shopping, public transportation, etc. And then it's also not too far off Metropolitan, another major avenue in the area. And this area is also not too far from the N train. So I'm showing you some of the homes next to the second home. And also being that, Ridgewood borders Brooklyn, some of the architecture and housing is very similar to like Bushwick and Williamsburg, the Brooklyn neighborhoods that it borders. So yes, coming up on the second home, this is listed for $1,250,000. 2-family home, 5 beds, 3 baths. It was built around 1920. It's about 2,200 square feet with a 2,000 square lot. So I think it's a beauty, aesthetically pleasing home. What y'all think? And I'll show you some more homes on the block. So as I mentioned before, I'm in Ridgewood and Queens, so I'm in the vicinity of the third home. So the third home is not too far from the second home. They're both similar, being that they're just both right off Fresh Pond Road, a major road street in the area. So this is also not too far from Metropolitan Avenue and also not too far from the M train. So I forgot to mention this when I was talking about the first and second home. But I'm not gonna lie, parking is pretty tough and scarce in this area. So do it that well if you think about, coming to the area. So yes, showing you some of the homes on the block. And like I said before, this area borders Brooklyn, so some of these houses are similar to what you see in Brooklyn. So yes, coming up on the third house, this house is listed for $1,469,888. 3-family home, 9 beds, 3 baths. It was built around 1915. It's about 3,372 square feet with a 2,017 square lot. So, and I also forgot to mention these with the first 2 homes. So all these homes are multi-family homes. The first 2 being a 2-family, the third one being a 3-family. So if you're moving with a lot of family, or if you plan, you can house hack, move in 1 unit, rent out the other unit in the first 2 homes. On this third house, you could move into 1 unit and rent out the other 2 units. So that's something to think about. So there you have it, Ridgewood Queens. So Ridgewood Queens is a neighborhood, and you could say the southwestern section of Queens, and it borders Brooklyn neighborhoods like Bushwick and Williamsburg. You can say, Ridgewood has a dense urban feel. So I say one downside to living in an area like this is, parking can be scarce. So Ridgewood is also home to the Ridgewood Savings Bank, which is the largest mutual savings bank in New York State. Ridgewood also has quite a bit historical districts, 10 national historical districts and 4 historical districts designated by the New York City Landmark Preservation Commission. In Ridgewood, there's also the Vander and Onderdunk House, which is the oldest Dutch colonial house built in NYC, being here since the 18th century, 1709. So this is the Vander and Onderdunk Colonial House, or the Van and Onderdunk House. This is the oldest surviving stone-built Dutch colonial house in New York City, being built around 1709 and still standing today in 2023. So I'm shooting this on a weekday. I realize unfortunately this is not open, or the sites and grounds is not open on weekdays. It's open on Saturdays and Sundays from 12 to 5. It's an interesting piece of New York City history to check out. I myself gotta learn more about it. So yes, if this is your first time to this channel, you want to know everything about living in Queens, New York, then subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market in Queens. My name is Colonel Smith with DXP Realtor. We get calls and emails every day from people just like you, looking for help on making the move to Queens, and we absolutely love it. Whether you move in 9 days or 90 days, feel free to get your call, shoot some type of send an email. All information in the description below so we help make a smooth move to Queens. So as I mentioned before, this is my Ridgewood Queens vlog. Thank you for watching. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Have a good one. Peace.